Always, guys, respect the pump. I respect the pump in all assets.
GM, welcome back to the channel. In this one, let's talk about the wall of worry that Bitcoin is seemingly climbing here. Plus, we got some news and things to look forward to in the month of September, plus some altcoin charts as well. So if you enjoyed the content today, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. Let's jump in. So Bitcoin here is 58,231. The little white dash you can see on screen there was the kind of area we wanted to close above yesterday, around 57.1. So that was on Crown's analysis saying, look, above 57.1, potentially Bitcoin just spinning its wheels here, and we can hopefully see bullish momentum start to come. Below that pivot, he was saying more on the bearish side. He was even quite bearish in today's analysis as well, but Bitcoin has shrugged off, I would suggest, another bit of the wall of worry here. So 58.2K. Now, when we talk about wall of worry, a lot of people are fearful right now for numerous things, US recession being one, the political elections going on as well, with that imbalance where Trump lost the debate and thus Kamala Harris went up in the polls, people seeing that as bad for BTC. I'm not sure if I agree with that totally. Bitcoin should act independently of politics and not of a single nation's politics at that as well. But what we can see in the market is generally people are very fearful. I think a lot of people are still sidelined, have a lot of cash on hand, waiting for a big dip. And this is why I think maybe it will not be coming, as seemingly we're climbing the wall of worry. Bull markets form on walls of worry. And as you can see, core CPI came in a little bit hotter than expected yesterday at 0.3%. The market initially dipped on the US Open. It's pretty much dipping every US Open at the moment as if the algos are set to just sell. And then today we had unemployment claims here, and you can see those have come in slightly warmer as well. So 227K was forecast and 230,000 was the unemployment numbers. So bit of a wall of worry being climbed by Bitcoin and showing some strength post these numbers coming out. So I'm seeing this as more bullish than anything. And to be honest with you, I'm not really that fearful in the market right now, looking to get fully deployed once again, hopefully by the end of this month. So Multiparty posted this. Essentially, this is just showing that during this stage of the market cycle, we have three distinct phases: a bear market, which we can see from the amber color here. Back in 2014-27, this obviously spans a huge 3-year period. So we go from bear to bull run part 1, which is essentially just coming off the bottom, and then post the bottom, having a bit of an echo bubble, and then finding a bit of a grinding path before we have the parabola, which defines Bitcoin market cycles. We've then obviously had that in 2022. We have the FTX collapse marking the bottom. Huge amounts of fear. Remember that. Crazy times. Literally people thinking the industry is over. Then we plodded our way along. AI bubble round 1, AI bubble round 2, somewhere in here. Meme coin extravaganza in 2024 and the end of 2023. And now we're kind of in this phase, suggesting we'll have the parabolic advance to continue from here. And we're kind of approaching, I think we're like 5 months post the halving. So typically 6 months post halving, you really start to see Bitcoin break into new all-time higher territories. So if that is a month out, that'll be around the 20th of October, I believe. So we're looking forward to a big move here, I would suggest, and that's kind of what I'm banking on. Now, this is an interesting chart. Jeff Park posted this one. September being terrible for Bitcoin is only half of the story. Need to add in sell in May and go away. So this is a crazy chart, right? And I'm sure a lot of us have thought to ourselves, why did we spend the summers here when we could have logged off, sold in May, walked away, retained a lot bigger of a portfolio, most likely for almost everybody, because I don't know of too many people who have been smashing it during the summer periods. You can see on the chart here, so this is pretty much the full history of Bitcoin there. The blue lines represent the 7 months, October through to April. And this traditionally, you would have felt it if you've been in crypto a while. Those are the kind of periods, especially end of Christmas, going into like March, we've had huge bubbles during those times. Market cycles have topped around December, Jan as well. And the 5 month period denoted by the red on there is May to September, which have been quite flat in comparison to the blue there. So this is just a showing you that if you were in the markets during the 7 months, October, i.e. Q4, through till April, then you sold in May and walked away until the next October, the results are actually outstanding. So the staggering difference, a 13,000% return versus a 619% return over the full course of Bitcoin's history, which is pretty damn startling. So we're moving into seasonality that should be favorable. We also have inmate number 88087-510 back in the mix once again, an Asian male who goes by the name of Changpeng Zhao. So CZ is back 29th of September. That is something to look forward to this month as well. And I think, honestly, the markets will rally around that date because CZ being out, going into seasonality, it just is so poetic. Now, this one for the UK peeps. UK introduces a bill clarifying cryptocurrency as personal property. I don't know the ins and outs of what this actually means. I believe you have some additional legal ramifications and protections around this, but they have talked about increasing taxes in the budget that will be set in October of this year. Crypto will still come under capital gains tax. So all eyes on that as to whether they absolutely shaft us yet again. So we'll see what happens with this. I don't think this is a major thing to really consider at this moment in time, but seemingly more positive than negative at the moment. But we'll wait and see if they screw us tax-wise. Into some altcoin news here. We have Binance launching BN Sol. This is their own liquid staked Sol. So obviously Binance have a huge number of users. A lot of people trust Binance with their funds, which, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. Not your keys, not your crypto and all that. I personally wouldn't keep any funds in exchange anymore. However, people who do, you can stake your Sol and earn the staking rewards on top. So essentially you get an APR on your Solana once staked, but you can use it as a liquid token, BN Sol with Binance. This likely will accrue a ton of staked Sol, and the actual infrastructure provider is Sanctum on Solana. Sanctum and ticker Cloud is the token, and that is the history of the Cloud token here. It's a $50 million market cap, partnerships with Binance, Binance trusting them for their liquid staked version of Sol. Definitely very interesting. And you can see this was an airdrop token that got ruined. This was the initial pump off the first bit of Binance news, bit of a dip down and a pump again here. So I do think this one is going to stay. 50 mil market cap, obviously some growth potential. I do not hold this token. This is of interest though, because they're making moves. And if you've used Sanctum to stake some Sol, some liquid stake Sol, it's a really good interface. So obviously a very smart, savvy team with good business development. Then this one caught my eye as well. So this was from Murad's posting around the top tokens. So here's a list of the biggest winners of the year. And you can see by category in green, meme coins are the pick of the bunch. Biggest gains have come from meme coins. No real surprise. You can see some infrastructure plays, layer 1, DeFi, AI in there as well. But the interesting thing within here was the fact that we consistently get people saying meme coins are going to die off, but it is the biggest category winner overall and has had the biggest gains. Obviously, you get a lot of things going to zero. However, it's pretty startling that people still suggest the meme coins will not outperform during the market cycle. So today we saw this occur. A whale previously has traded popcat successfully, has now redeployed their funds, and he's bought $1.6 million worth of popcat at an average price of 68 cents. So what we can see is big allocations being made to memes yet again. Here is the popcat USD charts. It is one of the stronger charts in crypto. As you can see, consistently making higher lows. Yes, we need to break some of these highs here. We obviously want to get an overall higher high, but considering the market conditions, this is a good looking chart compared to most out there. And if we just pull this one up here, this is actually popcat to WIF. So this is the ratio of popcat per WIF token. Popcat is currently 0.42 of a WIF token. And as you can see, it is approaching the 0.43 area, and Pico top 0.457 is the read there. So essentially what this is showing you is that popcat is going to break out on its WIF pairing and potentially going to be the strongest meme coin in the market going into this Q4 period. So act appropriately if this is something you're into. I have personally converted a bit more WIF into popcat as of the last couple of weeks, as I've been charting a lot of things versus popcat. And when you just blank out the fact that, of course, it's a meme coin, if you just look at it on this is a ticker versus another ticker basis, and you drown out any kind of overthinking around there's no utility, all these kind of things, I understand the arguments. But if you just chart popcat versus other cryptos out there, if you can find one that is seriously outperforming popcat, drop it in the comments down below. It's pretty hard to come by. So pretty amazing stuff. So Golden DJ posted this, been saying this for a few months, but cat coins are undervalued versus dog coins. So for the meme traders out there, total value of dog themed coins around 30 billion, cat themed around 2.2 billion. As you can see on here, popcat, Mew and Mog. I am representing the Mog merch here with a Mogged hat. You can find that online for yourselves. A pretty good hat, good quality in my humble opinion. Here is Mog. It has had a big drawdown. I would like to see it reclaim the blue line here. It's 40% off the bottom, as you just saw there. And roughly it went down 70% off the highs, currently at about 58% off the highs. I'd like to see it reclaim my trend line here for a bullish bias going into Q4. But generally, again, one of the stronger coins and a huge cult mentality. So again, if you're thinking cat coins make a lot of sense, popcat and Mog seem to be the chosen ones in my humble opinion, not financial advice. Quick update on the coins from yesterday's video that I'm looking to bid. Nothing has come to my purple box as of yet. Still a little bit ways away for a Phantom. It's pretty much the same price as when I bought it, 48.5 cents. Terra is up a little bit, up 5% again today. As you can see, it looks pretty strong there on a daily time frame, moving away from the kind of trend line. You've got Aave, still roughly the same price as yesterday, 147 buckaroos. No pullback as of yet, so no bueno for myself. We got Camino Finance. Again, this one looks super strong to me. Similar chart to Tarot there, moving nicely away from the trend line, and you want to see it kind of break this area. Otherwise, maybe we'll get a bit of a rejection and we'll get an opportunity to buy at the blue line again. And then last but not least, we have Tau up 3% on the daily. Seems to be holding its ground here. And generally, a lot of the altcoins across the board now, I think people must be starting to allocate, hence they haven't really seen much of a drawdown here, but don't want to jump the gun. We're going to probably wait at least until the FOMC next week. I do think that'll be a market driver for continuation higher overall on the macro trends. And then we have the quad witching on the 20th, which is the options expiry, which could be a market mover and directional kind of play around that. So I do think the direction is going to go up. So it is, in the meantime, do we get a nice opportunity and some dips on these coins before Q4? So that is pretty much what I'm looking at and what I'm waiting for. So I hope you enjoyed this one. We'll see you in the next one. Jump on to Meal Deal, link down below if you want to get acquainted with some serious alpha and to be a part of things such as the Round Trippers podcast next Monday. Anyway, see you in the next one. Peace.